And we're back for round 3, game 3, where Trent has re-sideboarded, probably as Lewis and I were talking, setting up this recording, probably to deal with the Pithing Needle.
That would not surprise me. I mean, Pithing Needle just wrecked his game plan in the second game. You're obviously going to think about your sideboard, see if there's something you can do. Now, Trent is very good at drawing Aether Vial on his opener, it seems.
All 3 games, Matt's got to be getting sick and tired of staring down the face of that particular card.
He didn't seem to mind last game, just saying.
Well,
He's shocked himself playing an Axel. That's on 2-2 at the moment.
Going to 18, and Trent is not on 17, he's actually on 20. Seems he hasn't reset the dice. And he's pumped that Aether Vial up to 1 very, very quickly. And the thing about that is it just allows him to play multiple creatures each turn.
Yeah, that's Thalia.
Allows him to establish a strong board presence with very little effort.
Aether Vial was actually an uncommon in its first printing.
So strong. And back in Mirrodin days, people didn't realise how strong it was. Yes, it appeared in Goblins. Sometimes even it appeared in Affinity decks. But I don't think people even then realised how strong it was. Matt comes out with a Stomping Ground, attacks for 3 with the Nactyl.
I think we'll find that 17 is correct now. And he's playing a Fleecemane Lion.
But I think Matt is now on 16 because he came out with the Stomping Ground untapped.
Yep.
So Fleecemane Lion will be good against Path to Exile if he can make it monstrous, as it also makes it hexproof.
Now, both Trent and Matt are both playing very fast decks, so we'll see if it even gets to the 5-minute stage this game.
And see those scars on Matthew's arms from his motorcycle accident. And let's see with what Matt comes out with here. He could just try and attack through for 6.
Yeah, I think turning his guy sideways, Trent's happy to just take it.
Yeah. And does that put Trent down to 11?
I'm trying to look at his life. Yeah, 17 to 11. Yeah, that's right. And Matt shocked himself, has he? Yep. He's playing Kurde. And
Trent says, hang on a second. Or possibly just wants Matt to think about it. Or get Matt to think about what he possibly could do.
He's flashing in his... now I'm having trouble identifying that card. I know it's one that it looks familiar, but...
Either way, it doesn't seem to be bothering Matt too much as he comes out with the Vexing Devil. And Matt has read that card. It looks like someone's taking damage somewhere. And we'll get a life score update with the dice here. Matt's down to 14, so he's taken 6 from his shock lands.
Yep.
And another 2 from that mystery card that we don't know too much about.
Is that a Figure of Destiny?
And that's a Figure of Destiny at the very, very end. So Matt's got a very large board presence here.
And helping us all out, he's adjusting the life totals.
So Matt's got 5 creatures on the board at the moment with a total power of 13, which is enough to do a lethal strike without blockers at this point in time. The Figure of Destiny obviously can be buffed.
Now that's a very awkward board against engineered explosives. Not saying that Trent's playing that card, but just making an observation.
Would certainly get rid of, 4 of the 5 creatures?
Yeah.
And here we are, we're swinging with the team.
I believe that's a. I think I've figured out what the creature that Trent flashed in. It's a core Firewalker.
Is that the 2/2 Pro Red?
Yeah, 2/2 Pro Red whenever I play a card. I knew I'd seen the art before, I was just trying to remember what it was.
And so it can certainly block that Vexing Devil, which is the largest at this point in time of Matt's creatures, and survives most of the direct damage within the deck. Now, is that a Restoration Angel that's just been flashed into play?
Yes. Yes, it
For
was.
4 mana?
Yep.
So we have a look at some blocks here. Trent says, hang on a second.
I believe he's either still declaring his, confirming his blockers or. Yep.
Yep, so Trent says, yes, that's fine. Looks like Matt's going to cast...
Oh, Gore-Clad Rampager. He's not casting anything. He's activating an ability. The Blood Rush off Gore-Clad Rampager is
punching through 4 damage to trample over the Restoration Angel. So taking 3 from the Fleece main line, 2 from the Curd Ape, another 3 from the Wild Nactal.
so is that a total of 8 that Trent's taken?
Total
so he's
of
down to
8.
5. Thank you, Matt, for keeping the die. He's down to 4.
Down to 4. Slight miscalculation by us.
That's alright.
And I think, not without knowing what's in Matt and Trent's hands, you'd swing through with the team again. Try to punch through that last 4 damage.
I think you do, but I think you look at the fact that Trent's got 4 mana untapped. He's got an Either Vial. He could just try to see if he's got a hand. Actually, I'm not seeing cards.
Yep.
So is that everything that he's got?
So,
Oh, there we go. No, they were blending in with his playmate. I thought he had a hand.
we've got a Path to Exile on the Nactal. That actually gets exiled, not to the graveyard, but Matt can go get a land here. And I think we're still taking 2 from the Curd Ape at this point in time. The Vexing Devil's getting blocked by the core Firewalker. And is that Thalia blocking the Watchwolf?
Yeah, blocking the Fleece main line.
Fleece main
which
line?
is basically a good Watchwolf, pretty much. And that shows the power of that card when you call... It shows the power of Fleece main line when you call it a good Watchwolf.
And so we believe Trent's now down to 2 life because he took 2 from the Curd Ape in the previous turn.
Now, 2 is actually a really awkward life total against a deck with red in it in Modern.
Yes, all you need to do is draw any sort of burn. And I know Matt's playing Flames of the Blood Hand, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Helix. So any number of cards that could pop up and just easily end the game.
Now, Trent's used his Technotonica Edge. That's a Lightning Helix.
Speaking of, it's a Lightning Helix, and that's game.
So 2-1 to Matt.
2-1 to Matt. We'll be back with the last round shortly, and it's our top of the table clash.